everyone, hope you're well. My name is Faye and welcome to Fairy Floss, my FlossTube channel, talking all things cross stitch and sometimes a little bit of other crafty stuff as well. So, what have I got this week? It has been a super hot week. It still is now, hence why my hair looks like it's exploded and it's 33 degrees. I've just checked on my phone. It's 33 degrees outside and it was 34 before, and it's not going much lower at the moment. Obviously this is England. We don't have aircon and things like that because it generally doesn't get this hot. But for like the last 4 days or so, it hasn't been lower than 30 during the day. So it's a whole new experience. It's awful. It's great, but at the same time, it's awful because you're just thirsty all the time. You just want coolness all the time, and it doesn't cool down to the afternoon. I've got lots of uni work to do, and obviously the library's shut. At the university, so this morning I was so distracted and so hot inside. I went downstairs and sat under a tree and did some studying under there for a bit. Then I came back upstairs to type, and I did about an hour's worth of typing before I just had to stop because it was just way too hot. So there we go. That's my week. Hot. Um, let's think. So I'm going to share a bit of cross stitching news. I'm also going to show you my whips. I have got a little finish. I've got a little new start. And I've got one little bit of haul as well. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin with the stitching news actually. So I don't know if you've seen on the Facebook groups, but it turns out that Cross Stitch Crazy and Cross Stitch Gold are no longer going to be published, which I find really sad because I really like Cross Stitch Crazy. I got a subscription for it in January and I was enjoying just the little kit. I find the kits are really decent quality. I find there's lots of different things you can stitch in there, lots of quick stitches as well, which is nice. I find that some of the other magazines are mostly aimed at massive projects, whereas Cross Stitch Crazy, you can stitch 3 or 4 things in a week from that magazine and still have quite a lot more to do as well. So unfortunately that means that my subscription will end now to Cross Stitch Crazy, and I've never got Cross Stitch Gold. I've looked at it on the online apps, but because I don't really stitch many ginormous things, it's never really been one that I've decided to purchase. So I can still get Cross Stitcher, but I'm just going to show you. I've got the latest one here. This is Cross Stitcher magazine. This is the September edition, and if I'm honest, I've had a look through. I've not had a proper look through because it arrived just as I was about to go on holiday on Friday. I've had a quick look through. There's not a ton of stuff I would actually stitch from this one this month, which it makes me feel a little bit disappointed that now Cross Stitch Crazy's ended. You don't get that same variety. There are lots of great things in Cross Stitcher. They do good stitch alongs, but I do find with this magazine that a lot of the stuff is like a 2-parter or a 3-parter, so you need to buy the other magazines to make sure you can stitch the whole kit. So in this one, they have this very small picture. Let me show you. They have, that's so dark, sorry. This full coverage mouse house, and you've got to get 3 magazines just to stitch it, which the 3 magazines would then cost you £15. So that would be the middle bit. It's something I wouldn't stitch, to be honest. There's way too much detail in it, and it's just not a picture that would do much for me afterwards, if I'm brutally honest. But yeah, there's little motifs, but I honestly don't need a year's worth of little motifs like that. I might just do a swallow without doing the bird cage. I think the colours of those swallows are absolutely beautiful. But yeah, it's just this episode, this issue, just didn't really hit me as well as some others did. And then I got that news about cross stitch crazy, and I was thinking, oh, this is going to be barely any variety now. So it is such a shame. And also the lettering magazine, which I showed you about a couple of FlossTubes ago, that is also going to be stopped printing as well. So it's such a shame for the world of craft magazines, because of all magazines that you can buy, actually, craft ones are ones that you generally do need a solid copy of, or I do anyway, so I can actually see the kit, so I can actually know what I'm stitching, know what I'm making. And yeah, it seems such a shame that it's all dying out. So there we go. That's my first part of news. Let's move on to my whips. So this week I have mostly been working on, because I was aiming to finish my caravan. So um here it is. Very, very close to a finish. However, let's put something behind it so you can just see it a bit better. However, I have run out of 772, which needs to fill in this whole little area here. So I've just ordered myself some more 772. I'm going to just continue with the bits that I can. Or if I do that, you can see where I've carried the thread over. So I got a bit lazy before. So once I have filled in that bit, I can do all the back stitch. And with any luck, if 772 arrives this week, this is a finish, which will be wonderful because I've been working on it for quite some time now. So what else have I got to share? Well, on Wednesday, I met with a lovely, lovely lady from the for one of the groups, one of the Facebook groups that I follow, and we decided to meet because she's local as well. We decided to meet up and have a little stitch together in the most beautiful, beautiful setting at Kenwood House, which is in Hampstead Heath. And we met and we just had coffee and sat down and stitched and chatted all things stitching for a couple of hours. And I continued that day with this lovely cross stitch, obviously cross stitch, stitch along from Cross Stitcher magazine, something I do like actually. And I did the cactuses. I've not quite finished them yet. I've got a little bit more to do on them, but yeah, I got my little cactuses done that morning, which was really, really, really nice. And my plan is now, whilst I'm waiting for my thread to arrive for the caravan, I'm going to get my little boxes done down here and then complete this because I've got a little bit of an idea for a finish for it. So, and I definitely need to get it done in the summer. I don't want to be stitching flamingos and sunshine when it's autumn. And the weather just seems quite appropriate to stitch something like this at the moment too. So there we go. And then Thursday I continued with the caravan. So let me just bring it out again. Last week, more or less, none of that was there. So I've managed to get the whole meadow done, apart from a little bit of fills. I've done some of the white on the dog now, and the flowers I've been counting out. So yeah, I got that done on Thursday because on Friday, I went away for the weekend. Me and my boyfriend went up to the Lee Valley and went glamping in a little, they're called wigwams, they're not wigwams, they're like little wooden cabins, and it was 36 degrees on Friday. It was the hottest day. It was ridiculous. It was so hot. So we arrived in the afternoon, we checked in, we went back into the town for, well, iced coffees and just needed to sit as soon as we got there from a half-hour walk. And then we went to Morrison's and just bought an absolute pile of cold drinks and water for the fridge and got a taxi back to the campsite. And then it gave me a little opportunity to do a little bit of arts and crafts. So, um, here is my, where is it? Yes. So, here is the little mouse loft unicorn that I stitched, which took me the just the first couple of days in the evenings I just got sat down and stitch. It's a really lovely little stitch. Those colours are just great, and they do glimmer as well. It's just a really nice colour palette. And so I made my little unicorn. Um, I got this last week from Hobbycraft. If you watched my Hobbycraft haul video, then you'll see that was the only stitchy thing I got because Hobbycraft was absolutely fleeced. Um, if you haven't seen my Hobbycraft haul, please, please, please go and have a watch of it. It was really, really fun to make, and I am thinking about doing more videos like that in the future as well. Um, and let's see. Also, whilst I was away, I had another new start, and that new start was, let me show you the pattern first. So this next new start was the, what's it called? Schoolgirl Lessons from Little House Needleworks. I got this from a Facebook group a few weeks ago, and I had I had a great idea. I had a really nice thought of how to stitch it. I didn't want to do it in the red, so the embroidery thread that I chose to do it was Joidery Designs Over the Rainbow, which, as a thread, I did almost manage to twist it like. I don't know how they make it so nice to begin with, and then I absolutely wreck them. That is the thread, and so I started that. Was it yesterday morning? Maybe the night before. And I've done a teeny tiny bit. I've done the A and a little bit of the B. So there we go. So we'll see how that turns out. I've obviously got a lot more to get on with on that one. And yeah, the fabric is from Lakeside. It's called Cloud Summer Sky, and it's on 36 count, 28 count even weave. I think it's 28, 32 count even weave. There we go. 32 count, and yeah, it's really fun. I'm enjoying that. It's like a little creative project. So that's my whips, and that was my one little finish as well. Didn't get any pandemic done this week because I was plowing through Caravan. Not touched any of the other things I promised I would touch, but I have made the decision this week. I think it's so frustrating, but I'm actually not sold at all on the caterpillar cross stitch along, the positivity rules one. So this is where I've got to. Part 3 came out, and if you remember, I was quite disappointed with part 2 because it was just 3 more words. So part 3 did come out last week, and it was another word, and then it had a rooftop, which was really long and just looked like it would take forever to do. A little chimney, a rainbow, and it's just not grabbing me at all. And the thing is, I want to do it because it costs me a lot of money to buy. The kit was about 33, £35 or something, and I absolutely resent paying that money for something that I'm not going to finish. But at the moment, I'm just not enjoying it. It's not bringing me any joy. So I think what I'm going to do is retire it so I can use the hoop and the bag for something else. I'm going to keep printing off the charts as they come and keep it all together, and then maybe next year I might stick it in as a bit of a needs to finish one or something. I don't know. But I'm just not feeling it. I just honestly I'm not enjoying it. I'm just finding it, I don't know. I just think the colours clash a little bit. The palette looked really nice when it was floss tossed at the beginning, but now it's all coming together. I'm just not feeling the cohesion, I'm afraid. And yeah, I regret that because I paid so much for it. maybe I will pick it up again in the future, but for now I just want to get on with things that I'm enjoying. The caravan I absolutely love. I've got other things waiting to be worked on. I've got not Wuthering Heights, the Brontes to pull out again and do the Tenant of Wildfall Hall as well. And yeah, there's too many other nice things I want to stitch right now to be spending time on that one. So yeah, I think I made the right decision for now. It's just the money side of it that's put me off. Okay, so haul. Moving on to my haul. Haven't bought much this week because there's nothing I really needed, but there are always things that I want. And the first thing I'm going to show you is, drum roll please. I heard there was a little quick sale one night on the Heaven and Earth designs, and I thought, oh, um, I haven't done a Heaven and Earth design. I've not got any, but I thought now would be the time to maybe invest while there's a sale on. So I'm not sure how I feel about full coverage. I'm not sure if I want to do a ginormous. It's got to really shout at me to commit myself to a ginormous one. But I thought maybe I'll do a story keep and maybe because I want to have a go at the parking method. I want to have a go at having all these different like 90 colours or something and looking for those intricate parts just through crosses. And it does sound like a really interesting process and a very different process to what I'm used to. So I found Amy Stewart, what's it called? I don't know what it's called. Once Upon a Fairy Tale, and it's the story keep. So it's very much smaller than a full size Heaven and Earth design, but it has so much detail in it. Like there's a dragon, there's a little princess at the bottom, half a horse. The horse's head is not on there. So many different things, little fairies, little sprites. Oh, there's a unicorn at the top as well. And I thought that would be a fun one to do because there'll always be things when you're stitching. There'll always be things that start appearing as you're going down with your stitches. So that was my first little purchase. My main haul was the one at Hobbycraft and the range. Not the range, I'd be lucky if I had a range near me at the works and the charity shops, which is on previous video. And also today, popped by the charity shop on my way home and I rescued this little lady for £3 because she's beautiful. And because it's not often you see cross stitch kits in charity shops down here, so I saw her and I thought she's gorgeous. There's lots of different shades of red going on in there. The whole kit is in there. I checked. It was £3. It had a label on the back for £7.99, but I'm pretty sure it would have sold for a lot more to begin with. They're about £13 to £15 these kits. So yeah, I'm really pleased with her. So she's on my pile now of new things to stitch. And I think, yeah, that is my haul. I went glamping at the weekend, and alongside my stitching, I decided to have a little go at some drawing, and I thought I'd share with you just one of my little pictures as well. I put this on Instagram as well, but in case you didn't see it, I drew some little piggies. It was a super hot day. We went for a 5 mile walk, and on the way we saw these little pigs who were just chilling out in the water nearby and just having a really nice time. So I took some pictures, and then later on, I drew them up as well. So yeah, it's been nice having quite a lot of creative time. Um, it was nice being out in the countryside this weekend, seeing so many baby ducks, which always makes me happy. Just going for long walks on the canal, looking at people's little canal boats and how arty they are. Found some little towns, went to a little town called Hoddesdon and a town called Ware along the River Lee. And yeah, it's just such a I mean, it's not actually that far from where we live in London, but you feel like you're in a completely different place. And with the weather as hot as it was like being in France, like the south of France or something. It was just incredible. So that has been my stitchy week. So yeah, bit gutted about the magazines. That is a shame. Hopefully, Cross Stitcher magazine will start bringing out some quicker stitches. I mean, another thing with Cross Stitcher magazine as well is this was the kit that came with this month's edition, Shelley the Tortoise. But to finish it, you're going to need to get stuffing and all sorts, which not everybody has in their stash. So, and also little pins as well. It doesn't come with the pins. You have to, you know, there's a lot to make there. It's a bit of an effort. You know, you just want a nice card to stitch, a nice, like, Doreen Jones used to do really pretty cards. I've stitched some lovely, lovely card kits from Cross Stitch Crazy magazines, and I always think they stitch up a little bit more detailed and nicer than some of the cross stitcher things. Cross stitcher is more for skills and like, which I like as well, but I like the balance. So yeah, that is my feelings on that situation. So my plans for this week are to continue with Caravan because it is pretty much finished. Um, Continue with my little sampler because that is on its way there, and I've got a really nice finishing idea for that. And also, fingers crossed, I'm going to press my fabric later and put my first stitches in my Mirabilia and start going on that. I need to just bite the bullet and do it. I've been putting it off, finding reasons to not do it because I am. Honestly, I'm a bit overwhelmed by it. It's huge, but I really want to get it started. Because if I find that overwhelming, my word, when I get up to my chatelaine, I'll be I'll be a wreck. So that is all I think I've got to share with you today. If you are new to this channel, then please like and please subscribe to my channel. I'm so grateful. I've got over 75 subscribers now, which is really exciting. I'm going to probably do something a little special when I get to 100. Don't know when that will be, but yeah, please subscribe to my channel. Please check out my hobbycraft haul from last week. Please leave your comments down below. Tell me what you want to see as well. If there's a video you'd like me to do, if there's things you'd like me to show, please comment. I love to read the comments. I love to do what you want me to do as well. And apart from that, have a great week. Let's hope that this hot weather tames down a little bit sometime during the week because it is getting rather crazy. So have a lovely week. Keep smiling, keep stitching. See you next Sunday.